Hello, this is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. I hope everybody's doing well today. Today, this live stream is about a test of this emergency broadcast system because I've not been able to do internet, and we're doing a test now to see if this thing's going to work. But today I want to talk about a couple things. Updates here in the Philippines. What's going on here in the Philippines? Any new updates? Vaccines are being tested now. They are supposedly available. They said on the news December and January. They may filter that in February and March. They're saying now. But right now, people are being tested now for the virus. Countries like USA and other countries are getting it quicker than what they're getting it here, but they do have some here from China and Russia. Would I take it? I don't know. If it's mandatory and I had to take it, no choice, maybe, but it's not something I want to do. Because let everybody test it first, then I'll test it. By the way, how do you like my chairs in the background? They look pretty cool, don't they? I could go sit in that one, but the problem is I'd be sitting on the floor because there's no chair there. Today, also, I want to talk about updates. As you guys know, we've been having a lot of storms here in the Philippines. And being prepared for those storms is really hard to do. How do you get prepared for it when you're in a place like Manila or Luzon or even Bohol, some of the areas that's got overwhelmed with rainwater? Even our town got overwhelmed. So how do you get prepared for it? It's almost impossible to do unless you build a 2-3-story house and don't live on the bottom floor. And that's really what needs to be done. If people can't stay downstairs, they can go up. Because if a storm comes in, you got good footings and things like that, and water is 3 to 6 or 10 feet deep. They said in some parts, Ulysses, they were at least 8 to 10 feet deep, some deeper than that, and people can't even walk down the street or they get washed away. And that's on their own street. That's right in front of their house. So can you imagine their house? Now, that's something that I thought about here is when I put this house on the land here, I thought about what should I do? How should I do it? What process should I do it? Should I build it up? So I thought about everything. I thought about earthquakes. I thought about fire. I thought about everything. Only thing I didn't think about was internet. But and I did get at least 3.5 feet of soil brought in, and we patted it down. Actually, more than that, it patted down to 3.5 feet. So I'm at least 3 feet higher than anybody else on this particular street. Can it get above me here? I guess it can, but I'm kind of up on a mountain. So if it washes me out, we're all in trouble. Because to get on my driveway, you got to go like this. So that matters quite a bit. And I looked at that also. I looked about where I was going to live. I looked at north, south, east, and west. Where's your house going to face? Here, where I am, north and south, facing the north is always the best. Storms do come in from the south, but not normally. They come in from the east and west. I rarely get a storm in coming from the north. That's because we come across the land. Now, in my instance, east and west, because you get sun in the morning and in the afternoon. So the sun's hitting this wall. Well, it's not hitting the front door. So it's not hot and, it's got the glass and everything else. So when you're buying a place or even renting an apartment, that's something you got to think about. Where's my front door, back door? Where's north, south, east, and west? And even upstairs is very important. We had a 2-story apartment we were living in. It was hot, 24/7. So I positioned this house here. We positioned it in a way, the street's here, but the house is positioned like this. Now, why? Because we want to have it from the north. We don't want that sun beating on us. We learned that from day one. So what? It's facing the other way. If I had to face it that way, I would have. And the street's behind me. It doesn't say that you had to face your house toward the street here. Now, that's something you really have to think about. As you know, storms seem to be getting worse and worse and worse. There's 1 or 2 storms back to this one, I understand, coming in off the ocean now. So that's part of the problem with the internet. We did some adjustments here on the internet, and hopefully it's going to work okay. So this is really a test of my internet and a test of, I wanted to talk about this storms and being prepared for storms. You do really have to do your due diligence. when you're getting a piece of property, you're buying a piece of property, make sure it's high and dry. Even if you're up on a mountain, make sure you're not in a washout area, because even the tribal have a problem. They weren't normally in a washout area, and all of a sudden they're in a washout area, and they've been there for 2, 3 generations. So you really never know what happens in that instance. Here, for an example, the water will rush down the street going to the flood zones down there, and go into the rice fields, which is fine. They're prepared for it because those rice fields can handle a lot of water down there. Now, for us here, we have continual water. I mean, I 3 feet down, I got water. So so when I built this house up, no, I built this house up, I built that one up too. So both houses are high enough that I don't have to worry about water flooding my house or coming into my house. That is the worst thing in the world that can happen. Uh, So think about that. Also, think about stilts, or do like they do in the beaches. I lived in a beach house in New Smyrna, and it was on stilts. You could put a house on stilts, just underneath, fine, whatever. Use it as a garage. Here, I could put this house on stilts, not a problem. It didn't. It comes with stilts. I just don't send them. I don't need them, and I didn't want them because of the critters. Yeah, I didn't want it because of all the hassle of the critters and things like that. So today's video is about being prepared. It's about also checking my internet, see how we're doing here. I think we're doing okay. So I want to thank everybody always for watching our videos and being here for us. And thank you so much. We're all doing good. We're hanging in there. God bless and thank you so much.